like the hummingbird. You came and went, moving so fast, but not making any sense. Burrowed into your audience in a bright blue feather coat. And on my knees I begged and plead, one more time, do it just for me. Dance in circles round those trees and kindly hum along. And though there may be times the architecture comes to life, well, from down here it's not so bright. Thy so bright beak full of nectar can only do my best to protect her. Such a little beating heart that neither stops nor starts. It's easy to lose track of time, the morning's verse, the chorus line, and you don't have to slow down now, just please keep it in mind. And when you do let the world catch up with you, well, you'll be amazed at the view. Not that much seems real to me, amazement or melancholy, and it's been like this for 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't notice lately. And when you do let the world catch up with you, well, you'll be amazed at the view.
Oisin o SCOLAI and the man himself joins me in the studio. Welcome.
How you doing?
So tell us all about the track Hummingbird. How did it all come about?
Oh, that was from last summer, I think. It's going to be on this album I'm bringing out very soon. I think it took place, I was watching David Attenborough, I think it was Planet Earth, pretty amazed by the birds all, I know, trying to woo each other with their bright colours, and I just thought that wasn't a million miles off what we do in bars and stuff, so thought I could relate to that in some way.
So you've got the new album coming out soon. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, so that's coming out through a record label here in Belfast called Blackjack Records. It's run by Robin G. Shields, who I'm a big fan of, been listening to him a long time, and I think it was about 2 years ago I sent him some of my songs, and amazingly he got back to me, and now he's going to put out my album, which is something I never thought would happen. I don't really have a release date for it yet, but it's all coming together at some point quite soon. It's 10 tracks, and I believe it was all recorded at home, no fancy studios. It was all between 2 or 3 different houses I lived in. Just sort of set up a couple of studios there and, you know, really roughed it, but it all came together nicely enough.
So how long have you been involved in the whole music scene then? Was music something you always wanted to do right from an early age?
I think so. It's the only thing I'm really qualified to do. I think it's this or answering phones for a living. So yeah, I think I started writing and recording music when I was about 13 years old, and I put out something awful. I think it was like songs written and recorded in a bedroom, and that might be out there still somewhere. I don't recommend looking for it, but yeah, it all started back then. Yeah.
So you're originally from Donegal?
That's right, yeah.
And you must have been surrounded by great traditional music and stuff around that area.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, at the time, it didn't interest me at all, and it's not something that I really raised until I moved away. That, God, it was amazing. I was blessed to be surrounded by music like that, and yeah, some great musicians coming out of there as well as Derry as well.
Yeah, because from that Gaeltacht area, you've got the kind of likes of Clannad and Eddie and stuff as well, haven't you?
I used to drink in Leo's, which was their sort of spot. Yeah, never met them personally, but.
So then you moved to Derry, and of course there's a great music scene in Derry, isn't there?
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, I play with a backing band called the Virginia Slims, who do a couple of shows with me, and I mean that consists of anywhere between 10 and 18 members. It's just whoever's available, and there's so many people in Derry that are just great musicians. I'm constantly borrowing band members from other bands.
So what are plans then for the rest of the year? Once you get the album out, are you going to do some gigs based around that?
Some gigs, and I want to start recording this EP straight after. It's kind of halfway there, so keep the ball rolling, get something out straight away.
All right. Are you an ambitious person?
I'd like to say so, but maybe. I've got a couple of things out, you know, 1 or 2 EPs, which I've done by myself and self-produced, and at this time I kind of took a bit of a step back because I've got the label and the amazing Ben McCauley helped me out with the production as well, so it's nice to have somebody else have a hand in it too and not, you know, relieve some of the stress from myself.
So what about long-term goals? Where would you love to see yourself?
Well, if I could do this for a living, that would be great. At the moment I answer phones for a broadband provider, which isn't exactly the dream, you know.
Will you do one more song for us before you go?
Absolutely, yeah.
What are you going to do this time?
I'm going to do a song called Paper Beach Part 2. I wrote a song called Paper Beach a couple of years ago, put it out. A very standard folk song, very sentimental, but I think years later I realised it's not really an accurate representation. I think I'm trying to take myself a lot less seriously, so I'm reflecting on that and having a laugh at myself, I suppose.
All right, well thank you for coming in and joining us today.
Thank you, Rob.
And let's hear Paper Beach Part 2 then.
I get high as hell. Most of the time, most of the time I can't tell if I'm awake or asleep. Keep the light on for me, wish me fairly well. When the cancer takes my body, when my blood turns to wine, just wanna see everybody ever played in a band with have a good time. 'Cause I lived easily, much too easily, see them cry. 'Cause we're showmen by trade, but we're no good at saying goodbye. So I live strictly by an aesthetic of a folk singer in hard times. But I made every penny back, exploiting it online. And every indie blog review was simply sublime. So I beg you, supercomputer, won't you give me more time? To write more stories, whimsical rhymes, and throw outrageous parties with people who still listen to grime. So strike a match, bury me in a paper beach. 'Cause when I'm taking all of these hipsters with me. And I assure you that I mean that ironically.